on mute just as a courtesy. Jeff will hold a short question and answer session at the end of the presentation, so please hold your questions until then. And Jeff, I will give the screen over to you.
Okay. And hopefully I'll get the screen. How is everybody today? Pretty good, I hope.
Good.
I want to thank you all for letting me tell you about this lens. This is an exciting technology, and it's been in my territory for a little bit over a year. We did the beta testing on this lens, and so I've got people that have been wearing it for over a year now. I still don't have a screen up, so.
Okay. If you can just pull up the PowerPoint from your desktop or wherever you have it in your documents.
Got it.
Yep, and then just make it larger, and there you go, and then it's showing. So that'll work.
Oh, it's showing. Okay, good. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.
Let me back this up to the beginning. I was looking at this. Okay, here we go. Shamir Relax is a single vision fatigue relief lens, we call it. It's, like I say, it's been around for, we did the beta testing on it just a little over a year ago, so it's relatively a new lens. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about what visual fatigue is, who's affected by it, what the solution is, and then we'll also talk a little bit about the fitting, ordering, and availability of the lens, as well as the RCPV rewards on it. First question is, what is visual fatigue? For most people, it's a feeling of weariness resulting from a visual task. It can be of ocular, macular, or psychic origin. Asthenopia, a weakness or easy fatigue of the eye with pain in the eyes, headache, dimness of vision, etc. And these are things that, as optical people, we run into every day in our work day. So there is a huge need for this type of a lens. So some of the symptoms of visual fatigue would be eye strain, blurred vision, headaches. You get people with red eyes. But it's a daily occurring thing for a lot of people. The headache thing is huge to a lot of people, and this is a solution to that issue. Visual fatigue, what causes visual fatigue is prolonged focusing on near and intermediate objects. So what happens is the ciliary muscles in the eye are constantly adjusting for intermediate, near, distance, and so which causes the tired feeling in the eyes, the red eyes, that type of thing. And what causes it? In today's world, computers, laptop, reading, book, paper, paperwork, documents, we all do tons of that. Your smartphone, your PDA, reading devices, which are a huge thing at Christmas time this year, and tablet use. So There's a lot of stuff that people do with their eyes today with screens that they didn't do in the past. Okay, being connected in today's world. This is interesting, but 8.5 hours is the number of hours Americans spend in front of a screen each day, either computer, TV, a mobile device, tablet reader, etc. The list just goes on and on of the things we use our near vision for. So we're in a changing way that people use their eyes. 95% of 18 to 29-year-olds use the internet. 87% of 30 to 49-year-olds use the internet. And 75% of Americans use the internet daily. Everybody uses the internet. Young, old, it doesn't make any difference. So who is affected? Individuals who spend the majority of their day focusing on near to intermediate tasks. So whether they're using a computer, reading books, running a cash register, tightening screws and frames all day long, doing adjustments, that type of thing, going through paperwork, filing, looking through files. People just use their near vision way, way more than we ever have in the past. In the United States, 48.9% of prescription glasses in the U.S. are single vision lenses. We treat those with single vision lenses, but many of these wearers have visual fatigue symptoms present in their daily lives, whether it's the headaches, the blurred vision, whatever. Shamir came out with a solution, and it's called the Relax lens. There's some other ones out there. This one is a little bit different in that it is a free-form design, so I believe in some of them there's a blurring area around the outside edge of the actual segment on this lens. This one is very, very minimal. So free-form single vision lens with 0.65 diopters add in the lower part of the lens. Who do we market this lens to? Who would be a good candidate for this lens? Anybody from 18 to 40 years old that's a college student, maybe even non-prescription patients. I just had somebody call me the other day on a non-prescription patient to solve an issue that they had with their work. Working adults, pre-presbyopes, there's just a ton of places to use this lens, and it's suitable for any close work environment. Okay, this lens reduces eye strain and fatigue associated with prolonged intermediate and near vision tasks. The lens has really no distortion in it, and I've talked to a lot of people in my territory that have been wearing it, and the adaptation on this lens is virtually instantaneous. They notice it right at first, maybe a slight blurring at the floor, but by the next day they're usually totally unaware that they have this lens on, other than the fact that their eyes don't get as tired, and they're able to, maintain their workload a little bit more efficiently. You wonder why it's a 0.65. People say, why don't you have a 75 or a 1 in this? If you added any power to it, it would be considered a progressive. The value is low enough to allow clear distance vision in any single vision prescription, and high enough to relax the patient's close visual needs. And you can see it's not shaped, if you're aware of what a progressive channel corridor is like. This lens is more like a round seg cryptoc, where you're either pretty much in or out of the extra power. So how does the additional add power help with visual fatigue? You need to use your accommodation less throughout the day, so the eye muscles actually perform with less effort. You don't have that constant back and forth focusing for the near distance, intermediate, near, that type of thing. So 30% is the amount of accommodation that is reduced throughout the day when wearing Shamir Relax. Who will enjoy the benefits of this lens? It should be a replacement to the regular lens a person uses. We consider this a single vision lens, and it's helpful if they're using the near mid-screen distance, medium to a significant amount of time. If you've got somebody that's out that uses their near vision very little, this lens probably isn't going to do a whole bunch for them. I've had some patients that, or I've had some dispensers that have put it on, say, their husband or somebody who doesn't really do any distance, and they don't notice any difference. But the people that actually use their close vision love the lens. So how do we fit this lens? Very simple. The fitting height is measured from the center of the pupil to the lower rim of the frame. It has a 16 millimeter minimum fitting height, kind of like our office lens does. So very simply, you measure it basically like a progressive. But when you order it, the Relax is ordered as a single vision prescription. So what you want to do is specify Relax in the drop down, or when you phone the prescription into the lab, just tell them that you want a Shamir Relax. And of course, go order it through your Shamir Autograph Source lab. Materials. In this lens, we have three materials with hard resin, Superlight 160, poly. And the beauty of this lens is it's considered single vision. So when we brought it out, we took that into consideration. So we can do transitions in it, polarization. So transitions, we can do all three colors in that. I mean, the two colors of transitions with the extra active, three colors of polarization, the drive wear we can do in the hard resin. Superlight 160 is, of course, available in the transitions and the polarized, but not in the drive wear. And then the polycarbonate, of course, has everything that's available there. That's one of the beauties of freeform, is that once you can do a material, you can do all the tints in that material. Power range. Hard resin, of course, is a minus 12.25 to 6. 1450 to plus 8 in 160 and the same in poly. And then we can do, as we do in all of our Shamir products, we have a cylinder that goes up to 6 diopters. If you guys are familiar with our RCPV program, with this lens you get 750 points per pair. That will count towards your 15 pair minimum with all your progressives and things. And if you're not aware of this program, just get a hold of your Shamir rep or call into Shamir. Or you can also visit rcpvrewards.com on the internet, and you can sign up for this valuable thing here, because it is a nice little reward back, especially on your VSP patients and those. And that leads me to questions, if you have any.